everyone, welcome back to Crafted Hours. I'm Christina and I'm going to show you how I made this piñata. So for this project I used some leftover cardboard I had, my hot glue gun, tissue paper, tape, yarn, zip tie, and the image that I wanted to put on my piñata. So first you're going to draw or print out the shape that you want your piñata to be, so you can use it as your template, like I'm just tracing it here. So once you have the shape traced, you're going to cut it out. I use my X-Acto knife so I could get a nice precise cut in all the corners. And you want to make sure you trace out a front and a back for your piñata, or just two sides. Then you're going to decide how thick you want your piñata to be. I made my strip 4 inches thick or wide, and then I just cut strips as long as I thought I would need it, but just made sure it was 4 inches. And then I kind of bended the cardboard so it wasn't as stiff and it would be able to follow the shape of the car better. If you have tight crevices like this, it might take a little bit of manipulating to get it to fit properly. I took my hot glue gun and glued some areas that needed a little reinforcement, like the corners or where the separate pieces meet. And once you have the walls around the first piece, next you're going to take the other piece you cut out and tape it over the wall you put up. You just formed around the first piece, if that makes sense. And next I'm just cutting out my image with my X-Acto knife. And I had two images, one for the front and one for the back. Now don't come for me in these comments. I didn't have any balloon string, so I had to use leftover yarn. And it still worked just as good. So if you don't have any balloon string, yarn or any other type of string should work. Once you have all your string cut out, you're going to mark where you want your flap to be so you can put all your candy in. So you're just going to make 3 cuts, like an incomplete square, so that you can just fold it open and close it after you fill it. So now that you have your flap cut, you're going to take your trigger string, we'll call it your trigger string, and then you're going to glue it really good to the inside of the flap. So when someone does pull on it, it'll open the flap and let the candy out. Now that your trigger string is on, we're going to start to cut out our tissue paper. You're going to cut them into strips. And when all of your strips are cut, you're going to take one, fold it in half, and then fold it in half again. And then you're going to cut halfway up so that when you unfold it, it has that frilly look to it, I guess. I don't know how to describe it. And then you're just going to keep cutting until you have done that to all of your strips. And when all of your strips are cut, you're going to start gluing them on your piñata from the bottom up so that it has that layered look. And then after you glue your strips on one side, you're going to just trim up the edges and start on the other side. And then once you're done on the other side, you're going to trim that too. And then start on the middle. You're going to want to start from the bottom and layer it up, just like how we did on the sides. And now this is where the zip tie comes in. I just used a zip tie because I figured it would be easy to either hang on somewhere or have someone hold it. After the glue cooled, I put a piece of tape over it for extra security. And then just put tissue paper over the area to cover up your glue and tape marks. Now that all the candy is in, I just took 2 little pieces of tape on the side, just to make sure the flap didn't open, like while transporting the piñata. I didn't put too much tape because I didn't want to like super seal it, so it would be hard to open it if a kid pulled on it on the string. And then after you have your tape on, you're just gonna cover it up with tissue paper. And now putting the other strings on, we'll call those our trick strings. You're just gonna use a tiny dot, a small dot of glue, and just put the strings on them because you want those ones to be easy to pull off. Now that the strings are all done, we're ready for the final touches, which is putting the pictures on. I hope you guys found this video fun and useful. This could be a fun activity to do with your kids too, or your nieces and nephews, or your grandkids. Yeah, anyone can do it. And that's it. Your piñata is ready. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know what other craft ideas you'd like me to try. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in my next video.